everyone. My name is Patricia Silver. I am your World's Miss Tourism 2022 and your host for Crown Different. Today I have a very special guest. Her name is Allison. And today's topic is coaching. Now, not everybody knows what a coach is for or why they would need it. Now, especially for us that are over the age of 30, coaching is an investment. Invested time myself and invested into coaching with Allison. And I would like her to introduce herself and what her company is and what everything is about. Go ahead, if you could introduce yourself, Allison.
So hello, my name is Allison Snyder and I own Shining Star Pageant Coaching. I have been coaching people now for 12 years. My business became a registered business really only 10 years ago, but I've actually been coaching for 12 since 2010. So I'm super excited that I've had the opportunity to work with hundreds of girls around the United States and be able to work with them in person and online.
How did you transition from pageantry into coaching, and why that? Did you go that direction?
So I have competed for almost my entire life. I started at age 6 in just small festival pageants, but every single year I just kept wanting to go back and do something different. And when I was 18, I finally entered the Miss America pageant system. And that was where I really got into pageants. Just being an adult, I understood more as to what my, goals were and the things that I had to do to be able to do well in pageants. So with the help of my mom and my sister, they were really the ones who helped me throughout pageants and coached me, I guess, if you will. But I have learned so many things just from competing and judging and attending pageants that I've been able to take all of that knowledge and felt confident enough to be able to start a coaching business. So back in 2010, a girl in my city where I'm originally from, her mom reached out to me and said, "Hey, can you throw together some modeling routines for her? We think we're going to enter this pageant." And I was like, "Oh, I've never done anything like that before, but I don't see why not." So that was how it all started. And just from putting together a simple little modeling routine, I then realized that I really enjoyed working with her and coaching her and started to, I don't want to say the word advertise because I've never truthfully done that, but I then started to take on more clients, and word of mouth is honestly the best thing possible. And before I knew it, I had a lot of people that I was working with for all different types of pageants.
Why do you think people come to you for coaching?
I honestly think that my approach to coaching is different than a lot of other coaches. I never sugarcoat things. I tell people how it is because in my perspective, in my life, I had never had anything sugarcoated for me. My mom was that same way. She told me how it was. And I do feel that that's how I've learned a lot of things. And I would say just in general, outside of pageants, learned a lot of things because things were never sugarcoated for me. So with my clients, I tell them how it is. I tell them what they need to do to be successful. And I help them to understand that if they do not work on things and they don't have goals, that it is going to be hard to be successful. So I am thankful that I have a team that works with me as well as we create an approach where our clients are able to get different feedback from different personalities, different ages. We're not all from the same state. Actually, none of our coaches live in the same state. So we're all throughout the United States and all in general in the same age group, but not the same age. And we're just able to provide different perspectives from different coaches. And once again, tell people the truth, because I had worked with coaches, I guess, throughout my pageant journey. And I feel like maybe I learned some things, but truthfully, I feel like they were just there to try and make me feel good. So if I had brought them wardrobe, they would say things like, "Oh yeah, that's great." And looking back, it wasn't great. So that's why was from my past life experiences, I understood that that didn't necessarily help me, and just trying to make me feel good was never going to get me to my goal. So that's where my background became, I guess you could say, my business approach,
Yes.
as to how we interact with our clients. So that may sound harsh. We're not mean. Obviously, you worked with me
Yes.
for many hours of your life, and you understand it's not like we're mean, but I just think that if you are going to invest in a coach and you are going to be paying someone for services, you deserve to know the truth. You deserve to know straight up and straightforward what you need to be doing and what you need to be working on to be successful.
That's what I love about you. You were very honest. Hey, Pat, you need to work on this, this, and this. And I was able to take what you taught me. And again, like you said, you can spend all this money on coaching and people sugarcoat it to make you feel good. And if you're not winning, it's not investing. It's like, to me, you're throwing away your money, because this was definitely, like, for me personally, my experience was an investment. And especially, like, I've only personally worked with you, but I've also had a mock interview, and the feedback from each of the ladies was actually really good and helpful. Do you have any advice for someone, especially like a woman my age, I'm almost 50, who is looking to invest in coaching?
I honestly would look at how they run their business. I think that that is very telling of someone. Everything that we do is very organized, streamlined. For example, you can head to our website and right away you're going to see our services, our pricing, and you can already book a session through our booking link. I think that that kind of sets the standard to show that this is what I do every single day of my life, and it's not a hobby. So if you are really looking to invest in yourself and make sure that you're working with someone who is a professional in the industry, those kinds of things can be something that you can look at without even talking to the coach, right? Because you're just looking at what they have online. The next thing that they can do is talk to the coach, obviously, right through an interview, if they would like to interview them before they hire them, on the phone or through messenger, texting, whatever it may be. But I think that the client should communicate their goals to the coach and see what that coach responds. Because if someone is just like, oh yeah, okay, you know what I mean, and they don't really have too much of a substance to say back, that could be foreshadowing what may be coming. Whereas, like, before I work with someone, I like to know, where are you at in pageants? What are you looking to do? What is your future goal? Because I want to work with people who want to achieve their goals. I don't want to waste anyone's time by sitting on Zoom or being in person with someone whose heart really is not in it. So I would like to always, be a perfect match with clients where my heart is in it just as much as theirs is. And that is something that they should try and gather from their potential or future coach.
Can you tell the viewers a little bit of what your Shining Stars, what you offer, just kind of like a highlight, so that they could, besides, I know what they can get and what they're going to get in the experience, but if you have like a little bit of a highlight, what they could expect and what you offer aside from just what people would consider standard pageant coaching. And wonderful advice, by the way. I know,
Of course. If you go on our website, you'll see all the different services listed, and there's a million. So I won't rattle all of them off, but we are what I would call a full service pageant coaching company, because not only are we offering one-on-one sessions, whether they are in person or whether they're on Zoom, but we also offer things like introduction writing, wardrobe selection. I also own a hair and makeup company where we style people for pageants and do spray tanning. So with my different businesses that I also run, we really are able to be full service, just because everything I do lines up with pageantry. My degree is actually in dietetics. I'm a registered dietitian and personal trainer, and I've also worked with clients on that, especially if you're competing in a pageant that may have swimsuit portions. So really, we're able to do anything and everything imaginable for you. And what is not listed in our services that you still get with coaching is that 24/7 support. So outside of a coaching session, should you need to text me or email me or Facebook message me, you're always going to get a response. And I think that that's something that makes us stand out and be different, is that other coaches may charge for something like that or tell people that they need to book a session. But like I said, my team and I are invested in the clients just as much as we want them to be investing with us. So those are things that we're able to offer that is not listed as a service, but is technically a service.
Oh, I can attest to that because I just contacted you last week. I was like, I need foundation and a shadow. Could you recommend something? Because and I just want to tell the audience from my experience, I started in pageantry in my early 40s. And I just did, like you said, little festivals and stuff like that. Yeah. But when I moved to Texas from New Jersey, I was like, okay, she talked me into doing world tours. I'm like, oh my goodness. Well, this is a big thing. Let me invest in a coach. And everything just seemed to align because Ashley recommended you. We did a couple things back and forth. And I worked overtime, so I had some extra money to pay for my coaching. And like I said, you're going to invest money to it, and it's an investment. It's not just, you're just giving the business money. You do get something out of it. I mean, I remember our first session, you helped him with like wardrobe, and like just those first 3 sessions just lined everything up what I needed to do. It was such an experience. I mean, even up to like the week and a half, 2 weeks prior, and I didn't have an introduction for my state costume. And you said it to one of your coaches, and it was like,
Ebony wrote your introduction, your spider, your bat. It was a bat, not a spider.
Yes, I was a bat. I was the state representative Texas as a bat, because we have the world.
She had so much fun. If you cannot tell, she had so much fun writing that one. So
oh my gosh, I loved it. I'm like, and what I loved was like she gave the recording back. So I was like, okay, a Jersey accent, say y'all. It doesn't sound right coming out of my mouth. But it was so much fun. And I could tell you the week leading up to it, I was in tears because I didn't think I could get it. And then boom, on stage, I had it. I felt confident. And everything you helped me with, it really built my confidence. But I just love all the services that you have. And what I love about even like just briefly having those mock interviews with your ladies and with working with you, it was just like, wow, they really do care. It's not about money. It's not about like you're, as much as I see this as investment in myself that I'm doing for myself, like I feel like I get invested, like you invest yourself into me. I mean, you even helped me from starting my platform to really changing what my platform is now. And you've helped me grow. And I still, even though I'm going to be giving up my title at the end of July, I'm like looking forward to working with you even more after that, because it's just, again, an investment. And I keep saying investment, but it is.